Here's 2 reasons why you should use a buyer's agent to buy your next multifamily property as opposed to just going with the listing agent. Now, some investors, they will make offers on a lot of different multifamily properties, and they will basically just put in their offer with whoever the listing agent is, thinking that that's going to get them the best chance of winning the deal. Now, in a super hot market, when there was a million offers coming in on every single property, and it was just a matter of pick any of them because they're all pretty much the same thing, that was a very heavily utilized strategy by a lot of people. But here's 2 reasons why you should actually use a buyer's agent specifically that you like and know and trust, as opposed to just going with whoever the listing agent is. The first one is, if you use that same buyer's agent for multiple properties and you start to build a relationship with that person, then they are going to know you, they're going to know your system, they're going to know your lender contacts, they're going to know what your preferences are for the property, they're going to know your preferences for writing up an offer, and they're going to have a lot of that information already saved. They're going to be able to vouch for you because they've already closed a lot of transactions in the past for you, and that's huge. Even for a listing agent, they're going to want to know, hey, this one person has seen this person perform time and time again. That actually builds a ton of credibility for the listing agent to then go back to their seller and say, hey, this person says that they work with them a lot. They've already closed 3, 4, 5 transactions with these people. We have a lot of confidence that this is actually going to close. They know how these people work. They know how to get this thing done. The second reason that you'd really want to work with an experienced buyer's agent is because not every listing agent is actually familiar with listing multifamily properties specifically. Some of them are primarily residential agents. They work on single family homes most of the time, or maybe they're commercial agents, so they do more office buildings and land and stuff like that. Not all agents work with multifamily units with renters and tenants. So some of them got a listing from a friend or a family member or somebody, a connection, and so they're listing their property, but they're not really familiar with everything that comes involved, like estoppels and income and expense reports and getting notice of entry to the tenants to make sure that we can get in for inspections and for appraisals. And maybe they're not familiar that inspections and appraisals take a lot longer and there's different things involved with a multifamily property. And so it can be more difficult to get all the proper information, and it'll take longer, and sometimes there's mistakes that can be made because they're not actually sure how all the numbers work on a multifamily property. And that's not to knock any other agents, because usually these agents, if they have these connections, are really good at what they do and they have really good relationships with people. It's just a matter of getting the right documentation, getting the right numbers in place, and being able to assist you as the buyer to know this is what a good multifamily property looks like in this area. These are the average rents. We have a property management company that we work with, so we can tell investors within, usually either on the spot or within a couple hours, what are the rents that we're actually seeing, like actual rents in that neighborhood, and what the market rents are. And that's a huge valuable resource that not a lot of agents that don't work with multifamily will really know, at least not off the top of their head. And so working with an experienced multifamily buyer's agent is super helpful for you to make a really good purchase, knowing your numbers, knowing what you're getting into, knowing the actual true potential of what that property could be. They can be your boots on the ground. They can actually assist you in a lot more than just getting the deal closed. They can help you evaluate certain things along the way as well.